Hey, let's have a look here. Hey, hey everybody, hope you're well. This is Craig Williams calling from the Blind and Gwent Access Referral Scheme. Welcome you to another session of gentle exercise from Pont Fright. Hope everybody is well and is feeling good on this very, very sunny morning. Make sure you got plenty of water with you today because it is a scorcher indoors. And we don't want people being too dehydrated whilst obviously participated in the session. Make sure as well that you put your names down on the comments form down beside and let us know if you're here watching with us live. Myself and Scotty are here, so Phil's away. He's back in work at the moment. They've got him on the old the mining pick, right at the coal face. He is getting the centres ready for us to go back very, very, very soon. Morning, Charlie. Morning from myself to you. Hope you're very well, sir. And everything is going great in Letty Hill. Good morning. Just get a little bit further back so you can see me. All right. So again, got a bit of kit that I've got today. Got the band. You can use your tins of beans if you want to. We've got the chair in ready and waiting. I've also got a bean bag or a pair of socks. If you've got socks, that'd be ideal as well, because obviously we're doing some stability stuff as well. So that's really, really ideal. So we've got sit the stands on round one, chest press, calf raises, beanbag toss. We've got leg side raises. We have butterflies with a side step. We have calf raises and ladder climbs. Second round, then we got reverse lunges, reverse angels, glute squeezes, beanbag tosses, reverse lunges, upright rows, glute squeezes and ladder climb. So we're looking at more kind of static stuff today because of the warmth that we've got as coming from outside. Morning, Glennis Hill. I see you. I see you. I see you. All good. Looking well. So I can keep an eye on whoever's obviously commented on the page. Scotty is at hand as well also. So we're going to get ourselves ready for a warm-up. Because obviously, again, we need to get the body ready, ship shape. Doesn't matter if it's hot. We need to get the body ready for action. Okay. So I'm just adjusting my iPad so I can see as well who's commenting. Fantastic. Turn down the volume because I don't want myself. There we are. Fantastic. So we are live on there. Fantastic. Okay. So without further ado, make sure you got a kit. Make sure you got some water. We're going to have 8 minutes warm up. Not too fast, not too hard. And then we have a 5 minute where we obviously discuss with the circuit. And again, making sure you got the kit. So let's have a look. 8 minutes on my clock. Let's get marching. Great to be back. Great to see you all. All right. So, apologies for obviously the Monday. I wasn't here. Unfortunately, I had poor signal, so we had to use some alternative methods. We used the recorded ones that we've got, especially now as myself, Scott, and Phil, we're returning back to work, so we're trying to maximize delivery and utilize as many of the videos as possible. It'd be good to obviously get your feedback on some of the videos that we've had, what you would like to see going into the future, whether you would like to see this continued, or whether you would like to obviously have more kind of structured kind of sessions that you can like fall into. We've got 14 seconds left, and we're going to go into our side tap with a bicep curl. Okay. All right. So again, we're up about 3 to 4 months, well over 3 months now of doing online stuff. And if you've been doing this online stuff now with ourselves, that's 3 sessions a week. That might be a lot more for a lot of people. 3 sessions a week, and that's something that we want to try to head towards is our 5 times 30 minutes of activity by the government guidelines per week, which is great. That's what we're trying to do. We're going to go for a side fit this time with an arm raise. So we're going to shift our body across, but we're going to have an arm raise. So just light. Again, no rush to start off with. for the first 4 minutes, and then we can still build it up then for a nice pulse raiser towards the last 4 minutes. Because again, when it's warm, it's the last thing you want to be doing is getting a little bit sweaty, isn't it? It's not nice, not nice feeling. So nice side steps, side to side, singles as we go. We're going to keep the side steps going, but we're going to do a single arm raise. A single arm raise. There we are. Fantastic. Single arm raise. Up to the side, like so. I can just see at the corner of my eye a DHL van. Very common around these parts. I think my partner had more Amazon packaging in the bin than anybody else I know. Ridiculous, ridiculous. But anyway, going back to the exercise, back into a little march. We're going to bring into those thigh taps. So the hand comes across, it taps on the thigh as you twist. So again, the emphasis here is bringing the leg up, it's opening up the hip, and it's twisting in with the shoulder. All right, it's twisting in with the shoulder. So it doesn't have to be quick to start off with. It's just encouraging those areas, those body joints to move, to secrete that fluid, to make it more mobile, and to take the crunches out that snap, crackle, and pop of that you might have in those joints. All right, so we're tapping across. And so again, if you want to extend it to the wrist or the elbow, the forearm, again, that just increases the range of movement that you're encouraging your hip to move in, which is what we want to try and do as well eventually. So here we go. We're going to just have a little bit of a tap back now. So we open up the hip. So this time we're going to tap back, open up the hip. Tap back, open the hip. Tap back, open the hip. Okay, so open up the hip. I'm going to start with my hands and my hips if I wish to do so for the first 20 seconds. And it's just, again, you go as quick as you want. You can literally listen to your breathing, listen to how hot you feel with how challenging you want to make the workout, all right? So we're going to tap back, and now I'm going to bring in a few arm movements just to add a bit more stress to the lungs and the heart, to ask a bit more. So we're going to bring in a bicep curl to start off with for 15 seconds. And then we're going to bring in some arm raises. And then we're going to bring in some alternating arm raises. Here we go. So 15 seconds, 3, 2, 1. We're going to straight arm lift. Straight arm lift. Again, that added breeze that the arms bring as they swing back down past the hips. And again, it is very warm. So just take care all and make sure if you need to stop, have a breather, get some water in you, please do so. Manage and listen to your body. We've been explaining this all the way through lockdown. I'm going to go for opposite arm now to opposite leg. All right, so opposite arm, opposite leg. If you want to see what it looks like on the side, there we are, on the side. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And again, when we encourage obviously the arms and the legs to work together, again, it puts a bit more stress on the cardiovascular system. The muscles need more oxygen. We're going to go for the same arm now, same leg. So you've got to think about it. Change. So same arm, same leg. There we are. You can see me from the front. Same arm, same leg. Fantastic. There we go. There we are. Back into our march. So nice brisk march, making those arms swing past the hips. Again, we're keeping ourselves nice and tall through the spine, up through the head, the crown. Fantastic. Nice landing on the toe, straight into the heel if you fancy doing so, or you can keep the heel off the floor. Again, puts a little extra bit of strain on the calf, and it makes the calf more like a shock absorber, really. Okay, we're going to have a side taps out the side, like so. And we're going to bring in our opposite arm reach. Okay, so we're opening up the hip, encouraging a bit more shoulder or dynamic shoulder movement. All right, so it does look like something that John Travolta would endorse, but it is something that is going to just open the shoulder, ready for the movements that we're doing. All right, like so. And we come in to a double step. So we go 1, 2, double step. Fantastic. We're going to do front raises going the one way. Yeah. Bicep curls going the other. So front raises go the one way. Biceps curls going the other. Lovely. There we are. Just to get the blood flowing. It's just a simple warm-up. Ready for you to take action. I'm going to bring in a chest press now. Chest press with the double steps. Chest press with double steps. There we are. Almost there. Come in, we got 30 seconds left. We're going to come into a ladder climb, finishing off, reaching up to the sky. Getting the knees up, opposite arm, opposite leg. Duration. This is going to get yourself a little bit warmer. Again, if you find it a little bit too stressful, keep your arms low or keep the knees low. You dictate what you feel that's right and comfortable for your intensity needs. 15 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. It is ticking slow, this clock. I'm sure it's playing with us. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Damn. Yes, get a touch. Boom. As Scotty Morris would say. Okay, get yourself some water. Let's make sure that we've got the right kit available for us for today. And I will go through that. Bit of water first. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so things I said that you'll need. We will need tins of beans, same kind of stuff, tins or weights, bands. If you've got bands, you've got bean bags, you'll need a chair. So I'm just going to grab myself 2 tins. Oh my god, myself 2 bottles. There we are. 2 tins, 2 bottles instead. That'll do. Pop them down there. Fantastic. So, let's give us a shout out if you're here today. It's always good to see who's watching, who's with us, who is participating. Because again, myself, Scott and Phil, we care about obviously everybody who obviously participates and the ones that don't as well. We really are concerned with regards to how the fitness levels are managing and maintaining. And it's good to see that when you're interacting with us, that we can ask you those questions. How are you getting on and how are you feeling? All right, so Andrew's with us as well today. Gives a little shout out. Morning, Andrew. Morning, Glennis. There's Errol there. I haven't seen Errol. Maureen is with us. Morning, Maureen. Morning, Charlie. Again, you can adapt these exercises. This is coming like 3 months in now. So a lot of the exercises, such as the warm-ups, very self-explanatory and they can be adapted to suit yourself. So, for example, if you just need to get a bit breathless, find ways how you can adapt the exercise in a chair or standing to still maintain that level of breathlessness that is suitable for yourself. All right, so what I've got today, we've got round 1, which is sit to stands. We have chest press, calf raises, beanbag toss, side leg raises, butterflies with a side step, calf raises, and a ladder climb. So that's round 1. Okay, so first things first, we need the chair. All right, I'm going to bring the chair in. Bring in the chair. There we are. Okay. 30 seconds left on my clock. We have 1 minute 15 seconds per exercise with a 20-second rest in between. Plenty of time there to get some water in. All right. 20 seconds left remaining, ladies and gents. Let's make sure that you've still got your kit. Is there still anybody else out there that we haven't given a shout out? Morning, Errol. I thought you might be there. Fantastic. Let's have a look. 10 seconds. Sit to stand to start off with. Or again, leg extensions, as we've said, in the chair. All right, or push-ups. Okay, here we go. Sit to stands. Bring them up. Sit to stands. Again, you can use the weight. You can put a rucksack on. You can have dumbbells in your hands if you want to make the exercise more challenging. Remember, this may be gentle exercise, but if myself, Scott and Phil, we can make it all the same exercises as challenging and as intense for our own relative needs, then you can do so yourself as well. It's a kind of nice circuit, really, that you can you can start off really basic, but just add more different elements to it to make it far more intense, far more challenging for the different abilities. So we've got 30 seconds remaining on the sit to stands. Again, remember your feet. If you're more prone to more lean on the one foot because the other one's a little bit weak or you're having bad knee, try and again align them up and focus on again equal weight bearing over the soles of the feet. 10 seconds remaining, standing nice and tall. There we are. I had to get the vest out today. It was just way too hot in this flat. Okay, 20 seconds rest. I'm going to turn up that volume so that at least you can hear. Here we are. All right. So next one we got chest press. I'm going to use the chair for this one. Spin it around. Again, placing my palms against the chair. 4 seconds left. And use my chest for the thing. You can use the bands if you want to. I'm pushing in, push away. You can use the bands if you want to, or the tins of beans as an alternative. All right, depending your level of intensity. And that's the thing. There's a continuum of intensity, or as a range of making something difficult. And you just select the one which is more useful for you. So if we're doing something which is looking at endurance, then you want the lightest form of intensity possible that you can maintain for a long period of time. So if we're doing 1 minute and 15, you know, something light, like tins of beans are quite easy because it just gets you warm. If we're doing something which is strength and we recommend, obviously you rep in about 8 reps, then you might want something a little bit more heavier. So you might want to use body weight. You might want to use the bands. You might want to use weights. Okay? So that is how you can vary one exercise according to your level of strength and ability. And obviously what we're kind of prescribing, whether it's strength, endurance, it's power building, all right? Okay, 20 seconds. Oh, we are in now to calf raises. So I can keep the chair here. I can have a little sip of my water. There we are, chin chin. And I'm going to bring my hands to the top, feet in front. Again, and do a single lift, or I can do both feet together. Off we go. So I can do a seated, or I can do a standing. And the same applies. If I don't put my heels on the floor, again, it puts more stress on the calf muscles themselves. All right, if I take one foot off, and I do exactly the same while I'm using one foot to lift my body weight, again, I've increased the weight that I'm lifting. I can also, if I feel very stable, I can bring some weight in. Okay, it's a bottle of water, which might be a couple of 1 kilo. And again, that is an extra bit of weight on the single leg lift. All right, so again, you can see then how I am making the exercise relevant to me. Here we are, so lifting, lifting, lifting. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to make sure that you can still see me in the video because my screen for some reason today has gone extra small. So I'm struggling to see myself from a distance to see how I fit within the parameters of the video. 4 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we come into the beanbag toss. We've done this before. Really good balancing one. It's all about your base. So we have 1 clap, 2 claps, 3 claps, head touch, head shoulders hit if you can. But it's all about that wide base and feeling the space. So off we go. So we go 1 clap. Again, I'm keeping my hips down, bending, softening the knees. 2 claps. Hand eye. I'm not allowing the beanbag go too far away from me because that's going to pull me out of my base. 3 claps. Okay, let's try and go for the head. Head touch. Head shoulders touch. Head shoulders all too slow. Okay, go back into 1 now. 1 clap. Here we go. So 1 clap. Again, I'm focusing. If I'm sat on the chair, I'm sat on the edge, I'm still using my core muscles to mobilize myself, my upper body towards catching the beanbag. So it's about that peripheral vision that you're having, okay? So 1 clap, 2 claps, Oh, 3 just. Head touch. Head, shoulders touch. Head, shoulders, hips. Oh, the body's on fire. I'm not going to go for knees. I don't think I've got the space. I don't think I've got it. I need that kind of motivation from Scotty. Scotty, do you think I don't know if I've got it. I've got 10 seconds left. Head, shoulders. Oh, no, I haven't. 3, 2, 1. Okay, come back around. We got our side leg lifts. Side leg lifts. So this is number 5 of 8. So side leg lifts again. You can do it on the back of the chair, and we're just lifting the leg out the side. Okay, pretty straightforward description. Lifting the leg up. Again, my body is not tilted to the side. It's in line with the chair. You can see the runners of the chair in line with the chair. I'm lifting out. Lifting out. And again, I'm focusing on about when it starts to fatigue. So I'm counting 4, 5, a little bit fatigued now. And I'm going to change my leg over to the opposite side. Keeping my spine up nice and tall. Yeah. Nice and steady. Again, controlling it. And then swapping back over again if I feel I need to. Because what happens is when you get fatigued in that muscle, you start to tilt your hips. You start to rock over. All right, you're not actually using the muscle that we're trying to target to lift up that leg, which is very important for stabilizing your roll of your hip. When, especially walking on uneven terrain, when you're stepping up a curb, whether you're stepping on gravel or stones, this is where the hip is very important. And it stabilizes the lower spine, which is really, really important. Okay, so next one, we've got butterfly with a side step. Again, you just bring this to the side. Again, you're using butterflies, elbows up, bring them together like so with the weights, but we're bringing a side step in. So we side step. So we've already activated those hips from that side lift. Now we're bringing in a little bit of chest work. Again, if you squeeze your chest or your elbows close, like so, you're activating those muscles. It's just through an isometric contraction, all right? So again, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You don't have to bring in the side step if you don't want to. You can just lift up some really kind of heavier weights to make this exercise even harder for yourself. So we do always write light or intermediate session. But again, depending on what you are lifting, depending on what you're doing, depends how challenging the workout is going to be for you. And if your arms are aching a little bit, shake it off. There we are, shake it off. Whew. There we are, and back again. And back and through. Nice. Side step. Easing those elbows together. Fantastic. Get some shout outs. It's Roy here, Stone Cold. Is he here? Let's have a look. I know Maureen's here. I've seen her. What about Elaine? She's here. Okay, 20 seconds rest. Coming in, put them down. We've got second load of calf raises. We're going to bring in the chair. Bring in the chair. One more time. Again, remember, try, if you find the exercise a bit easier, use a single leg or don't put those heels to the floor. So I'm going to use a single, and I'm going to lower the heel down to about 1 inch and then bring it back up, okay? Again, if you find that a little bit difficult, do 2 feet together at the same time. All right, again, if you find that still a bit difficult, place your heels to the floor to rest, like so, okay? So again, we're listening to the contraction of the muscle as it goes up, all right? When I lift my body, I feel the squeeze of the muscle as it contracts. And it's quite a nice visualization because you know that when that calf is contracted, it's almost pushing your toe down, all right? And it's lifting your heel up, okay? So when we're walking, it has a massive part to play with our walk, all right? Because when we step forward, about say 50% of it then is a good push off the calf, But we don't really notice this because it's always momentum. So the momentum is fluid in the movement. 2, 1. Okay, 20 seconds down. We've got the last one, which is our ladder climbs, just to finish off. Just a cheeky one. All right, here we go. So again, 1 minute 15, so just take care when performing this work, this little exercise. This is a cheeky one. Always get you breathless without knowing. Up we go. So again, that balance element. So you can either slow it down or you can just speed it up if you want to. I'm going to go a little bit slower on this one, so I'm going to bring a little bit more of an element of balance. All right. Again, if you're seated, if you're standing, you still get that element of crossing over and stability. Okay. So again, that is quite hard when you've got an imbalance of a leg up, an arm up. It's quite challenging. All right. Again, you don't have to put the hand up too high, or the leg up too high. You can keep your toe on the floor, just in case. Okay. There we are. Just getting those core muscles working. And if I want to go into a quicker move, I can do. All right, just to get the breathing a little bit stressed. So I'm mixing that according to how I feel. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right. Romeo done. Okay. Get yourself a drink, ladies and gents. Oh, I'm warm. Woo. Get yourself a drink. And let's get prepared for the second round. Again, you're going to be very warm. Check in with yourself. See how you're feeling. Let's have a look. All right. Okay. So we've got 1 minute 46 left on the clock. A 2-minute recovery rest. So again, along the exercise, we're looking at more stability. We're looking at stabilizing in the movements. So they don't have to be kind of always the power movements, the strength element all the time. We're looking at stability where we can actually kind of like encourage the internal muscles around the organs, especially in the core muscles, to stimulate and stabilize. That's where we're looking at. Give us a shout out to let us know how you're feeling. I see we've got 6 people on the feed. We've got lots of comments from Scotty, which is great. We would love to have more comments from yourself so we can give you more advice, more information, and more little chats in terms of seeing how you're responding. Give us a thumbs up if you're liking what we're doing. And we've got 1 minute left of our recovery, so get the water in. Much nice, really nice. Okay. So remember, again, listen, if you're doing this 3 times a week, or if you're bagging in a walk as well, and you might be doing 4 times a week, or if you're doing extra weights in the house, anything which you're doing is adding to that 5 times 30 minutes a day, which is obviously, a week, which is what we're looking to get you at. If you're active on a regular basis, it's going to be more beneficial for you. All right, so our first exercise is our reverse lunges. If you can't do the reverse lunges, again, look at leg extensions on the chair, sat in the chair, 10 seconds, or sit the stands. So we've got 10 seconds, here we go, 1 minute 15 on the clock, take your time, another balance element exercise. Here we go. So again, reverse lunge and back up. This is a good one for you if you can do a 3-quarter lunge, all right? It's to build by putting a pillow on the floor, build to go down to the floor and back up. All right, that's a really good way to build up the strength, okay, in the leg. All right, going down, back up. Really challenging, but it will strengthen you up. All right, okay, so just put them aside. Again, if you find that a little bit challenging, go back to your 3 quarters, or if you find that challenging, go to sit stand, or if you're doing the exercise today seated, all right, do a leg extension where you can contract the quad through the, and then just bending the knee, making sure you get a bend through the knee. 15 seconds of remaining. I'm going to change over So it's going to be kind of a challenge of 1. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Just going to drag the chair just to the side slightly. Okay. So we're going to go into our isometric contractions on our reverse angels. Hands out to the side. And what we're trying to do, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You hold it for a couple of seconds and relax. 5 seconds. Here we go. Make sure that you feel that squeeze. 3, 2, 1. So it's not about the amount of repetitions that you do. So it's a straight arm. I'm extending my arms down, but I'm squeezing the shoulders together. Extend my arms down, squeezing. Yeah, fantastic. Stretch them down, squeezing them together. And you're going to find it's a lot harder and you're going to get hotter during this little movement. All right, squeeze it together, because as a contraction comes, you end up using more maximally your muscle fibers than if you were like lifting a weight. You can't, to try and feel an effort, you've got to squeeze at least 80% of those muscle fibers to have any kind of result, which means that you get hotter, because the heat that is coming from those muscles is increased, because there's more muscle fibers working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring in that chair. I'm sweating a little bit now. I'm a bit drippy. Oh, all right. So this one now is with the glute squeeze. Remember, you place your toe back. All right, your hips. You squeeze out. All right. Again, you can do either the push. You can just push out the chair if you want, or sit to stand. It's up to you. You're seated. But this one is primarily looking at the glute squeeze. We're pushing the back of the knee out, but we're squeezing the buttock, the right buttock, as tight as we can. Really engaging all those muscle fibers in that glute. Get them firing, like so. Pushing it back, and I'm changing that leg. There we are. We should have a little bit of a dull fatigue there in that glute. Squeezing it back. Again, pushing the back of my knee, and then I'm squeezing the buttock. Squeezing the buttock. There we are. Really ramping up that contraction. And you might have a weaker side. I've got a weaker left side, so I'm going to probably focus more repetitions on that. Try and get it fatigue a little bit more. 10 seconds. Here we go. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 20 seconds. Drag the chair out the way if you don't need it. Bring in that bean bag. Hope you're all well. Get a little check on the feed. Let's have a look. Whew. 10 seconds. Beanbag toss. Remember what you did last time. If you got the 3 claps or head touches, try and go a little bit further. So soft knees. There we are. So it gives me more stable base. And this is a good base to kind of utilize as well when you're out and about. I don't mean you're going to walk in the street like that. I just mean that you're softening the knees and absorbing more. So we're going to go for 1 clap, 2 claps, 3 claps. Okay, head touch. Head shoulders. Oh, too far away. So as soon as it was too far away, I didn't lean for it. I didn't want to pull it out of my base of support, because I would have toppled over. All right, I would have toppled over. So I just let it go. I let it go. All right, so we got 1 clap, 2 claps, 3 claps. Head touch, head shoulders touch, head shoulder. Oh, I couldn't get that one. Go back to 1 clap with 50 seconds left. 1 clap, 2 claps, 3 claps. Head touch. He's there. He's in the zone. Head shoulders touch. He's there, boss. Head shoulders hips touch. Let it go for the knees. Head shoulders hips knees. Oh! Goosh! What a man! What a performance! And go 5. Ah! Ah, Scotty boy! Twice. Knees are touched. Beautiful. 20 seconds remaining. We are on reverse lunges, second round of reverse lunges. Bring that chair in, beauties. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Lunge it back. So I know Glennis Hill, I know yourself that you were doing really well with the lunges. So again, see if you can go further to the floor. I know it's a bit more effort to get up. But again, you can use your thigh to push up. Alright, and eventually you can do it without actually pushing on the thigh. Alright, so get that kind of like pillow under the knee. Pushing up. Let's go. Again, changing legs. We've done, the same of 5. Changing legs. Whew. Wow. Broken in there. When the BAFTA then, won the BAFTA then, was it Andrew? I don't know. No. It was just a glorious attempt to get the knees, and don't really get the knees. It's quite a difficult movement. It's really got to be low. Your balance has got to be very good to be nice and stable. The hips, getting the hips is hard enough, but the knees are very challenging. And we get there, 20 seconds. We are on upright row with a side step. So we're bringing a bit of use the tins for this one. I'm going to use my bottles. So I'm going to use individual ones. Okay. Single side step. Upright row. Alright. Again, elbows high, hands low. Alright. I can flex my knees a little bit. Like so. Giving in that shoulder range of movement. And as you notice, most of the sessions that me and Scott do, we focus quite heavily on the shoulders. Because a lot of people who suffer from frozen shoulder, because the range of movement in the shoulder doesn't get encouraged. Or, for example, you've been doing a job which is needed, like a decorator, just needed the shoulder to force a lot of pressure through your shoulder over many years. So by just doing this, it just helps to get a little bit of fluid around that joint and hopefully a little bit of looseness. It does cause a bit of pain initially, but eventually through the day then you have a lot more mobility and do more things. 15 seconds remaining. I'm warm, I'm sweaty, and I haven't stepped out of my house yet. 10 seconds. Woo. We go into the glute squeeze and then we got ladder climbs remaining. Woo. Putting them down to there. Bring them in. Glute squeeze is one of my favorites actually, because obviously again, it's a muscle that we neglect very often, and especially if we're sitting a lot through the day. 5 seconds. You imagine your daily routine. You could probably be sitting or lying down about 80% of the time. So I'm going to use the left leg, this one, squeeze, holding it for about 3 seconds or get until I get the tightest contraction. And what happens is then that muscle, which is my daddy here, is in a position of flexing. It's flexed, it's stretched. So the muscles are not going to get strong. And it's really important because the hinge movement is very important for when walking or standing or supporting the lower back, which is why we all suffer predominantly from lower back, because that's where we're going. We're going in a direction where a lot of our work, a lot of our leisure, whether it's watching TV, etc., is sitting. Whether you're at the computer, it's sitting. You've got 20 seconds remaining, ladies and gents. Again, make sure that you get to the point where you really aggressively squeeze as tight as you can, and then relax. You are going to find that your contractions are getting a little bit more weaker as you're doing, but that's just due to fatigue. That is fine. Okay, bang. Fantastic. 20 seconds remaining. We've got our last one, which is a ladder climb. I'm going to move this chair out of the way. Again, you can be a bit more dynamic or cardiovascular with this, or you can look at more stability and slow it down. All right, which again is still going to give you a benefit. 2, 1, here we go. So we lift, down, lift, down. Fantastic. Again, go as quick as you want. I'm going to obviously go a little bit more steadier because I just want the balance element from it for today. Okay, feel core muscles, they're just crisscrossing as I'm lifting up. And it is slow, but that length of time that I'm stood on one leg with my opposite arm up in the air, sorry, my arm in the air, my opposite leg in the air. Find that a little bit easy. Try same arm, same leg. Yeah? Same arm, same leg. Feel the imbalance in that movement now. The hip will have to work a little bit harder. Keep you stable. Turning, and especially when you fatigue it with a lot of side steps, a lot of side raises. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Boom. Get a touch, ladies and gents. Boosh. All right. What a morning. All just done. 16 exercises, 1 minute 15 on each exercise, 20 seconds of rest in between. That equates to a lot of time. So have a little bit of a sit down now, get some water in you. We'll have a little chat as we go through. I'll look at obviously the comments that people have made. Any feedback with regards to any of the exercises, how they felt. How did your hips feel? How did your glutes feel? Do you feel that they were rolling, they were rocking, they were moving? And that's a good thing because obviously we're just trying to kind of like encourage them to move. We're encouraging them to tighten up so we have that stability. That is core muscle. These are core muscles. We think core muscles are predominantly around our middle. But the core muscles is an area which is around your core, from our hips to our abs, to our obliques, to our lower back, to our buttocks. They are that kind of big square that's right in the middle that keeps us stable and focuses on a lot of hinge movement around the hip. All right, okay, grab some water. There we are, beautiful. Have a little sit down. What's the time, Dr. Fox? It is 10 to 12. Fabulous. Remember, myself and Scotty are on Zoom at 12:15 if you want to join us for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and have a little chat and just catch up to find out how you're doing. The Zoom chats are basically there because obviously, like, sometimes we do find it difficult to contact everybody on the program. So they and it's a good way for us to get more people together in one hit, so that we can talk, we can find out, and there's other people who can add more value to the conversations as well. So again, if you haven't tried it, have a go. Scott's put the kind of the information up. Your Zoom app is very easy to download, or you can go through your web browser, which is obviously you go through Google, and there's a link, and you just put in obviously the password that Scotty's provided. Okay, so let's have a little cool down, ladies and gents. I'm just having a little look on the feed. Scotty's put it on the feed. Excellent, well done, Scotty. So again, if you do want to, it's there for you to access. Really easy to do. Little march on the spot there, my ladies and gents. Get those ankles flexed. Get those arms moving. Yeah. All right, so we're just driving ourselves back, getting those arms. Again, I always do this, the cool down seated, predominantly because it just allows my heart to just go back down to normal quicker than if I was standing. It takes a load off my legs and it feels a lot more easier, all right? So you don't have to cool down seated. You can do cool down standing if you wish. The choice is entirely yours. All right, so I'm just going to tap the hip, the foot out the side. This is just to allow my hip to get a bit of blood and flow back through it. All right, and bring a bit of bicep curls in as well. Because again, we may be warm from the weather, but that doesn't allow the blood to circulate into the muscle so we can stretch it. Okay, what happens is when we are warm from the weather, the blood will just go to the surface of the skin just to get rid of excess body heat, not muscle heat. So, bring that chair now to the side, like shabam. Sit away from the back of the chair, bring your right leg forward, and again, all I'm going to do is pull the toe, bring the toe, flexing the ankle, pull the toe towards the shin. Pulling the toe towards the shin helps me flex or stretch the back of the calf. When, if you remember, when our toe is pointed down, the calf is contracted because that is how we want to lift our body up. So we want to stretch it. It's the opposite to the exercise we've been doing during the workout. And again, I can bring my both hands on the back leg, and I can tilt my hips forward. All right, like so. Just gonna feel, whether that's good, what's good, what's not. Relaxing for a moment, changing. Again, I would recommend sometimes do these twice. If you want to do them twice, or hold them a little bit longer, or after the cool down now, you can actually do a little bit more stretching if you wish to do so. There are a lot of good yoga sessions out there at the moment. We try to tag, we try to link them into the Blind and Growing Exercise referral scheme. So if you do want to have a go, you can do. Sometimes it can start off a little bit too challenging. So if you are interested in more of a beginner's kind of like yoga, kind of some stretching exercises, just let us know in the comments box below, and we can have a look and research and come back to that. Okay. I'm going to relax the ankle, keep the leg long, both hands on the bent leg. Again, I find this one's not always effective, but it's only effective because it's on the chair. It keeps you stable. Okay, so leaning forward, keep an eye on how that feels. When I lean forward, keep my back flat. I'm not hunching over. All right, I don't want to ring any bells. So keep that back nice and flat and bringing the chest forward, not my head down. Bringing the chest forward. Relax. I'm just going to change leg. Relaxing the ankle down. Both hands on the bent leg. Again, tilting forward. Keeping my chest forward. Head up. Looking forward. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out. Go a little bit further if I can. And relax. Beautiful. All right. Back in. Little martial spot. Okay, get the elbows bent. Going to roll those elbows back. Open up the shoulder range. Splendid. There we are. Going to one at a time. Just to offset it. 3 on the one side, 3 on the other. Okay, my right hand is going to come over the top. Apply a little lift on the elbow. Hold the neck. Change arms. Fantastic. I'm going to bring that right arm across the body. Find the elbow 2 inches up, or two inches up. The soft tissue. Again, it's almost like arm barring across the chest. So my arm doesn't fold, my elbow doesn't fold. Keep it straight. Just so it's got the weight that's going forward. And I'm feeling across the front here and around the shoulders. Just open up, changing the arms, across the body, squeezing it in. There we are. And bring those thighs down, roll the shoulders back. Hope everybody's got some lovely plans for today, whether obviously it's sat in the garden, whether you go into a local coffee shop. All right. Hope you've got some really nice plans. Keep bringing your hands together like so. Going to draw your elbow back. So we're doing the archer. Bring the elbow back. We're just twisting the top part of the body, keeping the hips still. Bring those hands back in together. Drawing the archer. Twisting the body one more time. twice on either side. Just opens up that back. Twist the lower back. There we are, like a sponge. Rinse in a sponge or a cloth under the tap. Fantastic. One more time, rolling the shoulders. Bring those hands to the base of the chair, push your chest away. Cross the palms over, push those hands away. And bring the hands down. We're just going to finish off with return to center. Just bringing in that breath. Filling the lungs and breathing out slowly. Allowing yourself to settle. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining myself and Scott today on another gentle exercise session from Buena Gwent Exercise Referral Scheme. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've taken a lot out of these sessions. Let us know in the comments box below, if you can, how you felt today and any feedback. So not just obviously it was good, anything how you felt, whether it's warm, whether you found it challenging. Let us know, as the more feedback we get, the more then we can make changes or the more additions we can make to our classes. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. I hope to see you soon on Monday. Have a great weekend. Make sure that you put lots of suntan lotion on and take care.